Welcome in, everybody. Welcome back to the Leblockcast. This is the opening kickoff episode. We're going to be talking about some football today. I am joined by my co-host, Riley.
How's it going?
I'm joined by a friend of the show, Zach.
How's it going?
And I'm
Pleased to be
joined
here.
by thank you. And I'm joined by hockey TikToker, BraydentheCapsfan.
How's it going?
So yeah,
Okay.
we'll be talking football, some preseason, some fantasy today, and let's get right into it. Riley, take it away.
Okay, so this news page on Instagram I follow called Catch the Blitz posted this interesting rankings of the top 25 players under the age of 25. And everybody here has seen it, and we all have our issues with it. So my issue with it is, okay, first off, Roquan Smith, I think he's over Devin White. And I think Devin White can kind of be overrated. Now we have a Bucks fan here, which I'm sorry if this is a direct shot at you, but I like Roquan. I like him in coverage, right? And as well as there's just some other things wrong with it. Like, I love Derwin James. I'm a Chargers fan, but he shouldn't be over Bates or Minka at this point, as he's only been healthy for one season. That's some of my issues, as well as Brian Burns at 22. Guy's one of the best.
Prime.
It is.
This.
Guy is one of the best pass rushers in the division, and he's definitely on the rise with the development of Derek Brown, as well as, correct me if I'm wrong, Yetur Gross-Matos is Mateos.
Matos, yeah.
Okay, with the growth of him, who I really like. I liked him out of the draft.
I loved him too. Oh
Burns
man, I wanted
is-
Seahawks to draft him.
Oh, Burns is on the rise, and
Yeah.
he should be a bit higher. So that's some, as well as Herbert. A lot of people have issues with where he is ranked, including myself. And he shouldn't be over Kyler. If he has one more great year like he did last year and keeps growing, he will be, but not at this point. James, what are your issues with this list?
First of all, like you said, Burns is way too low. I would take Burns over Roquan. Oh, sorry, he's under. My bad. I'm reading it the wrong way. I would.
The entire layout of this post is just terrible anyways. Like,
Yeah.
why is the
Yeah,
why does
they
it go? It's just confusing anyways.
Wait,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. I take him over Deron Payne right now. I would take him over, right now. I think CeeDee Lamb had a good rookie year last year, but I still take Burns over CeeDee right now. In the future, we may have a different opinion on that, but right now, I take Burns over. And honestly, I think that's where I would do him, because I think Burns is great. You could put him over Derwin because injury concerns with Derwin James. You could put him over Derwin in that regard, but that's about it. Christian McCaffrey at 5 kind of feels slighted for we could debate running back 1, running back 2 in the league. I think he should be a little higher. I have no problem. I got no problem with Josh Allen at 1. Lamar should be higher. He's at 7. And I think Justin Jefferson got slighted 14th. He had the 3rd most receiving yards last year, and I think he's only going to get better. So,
Zach, do you have what's your take on this list?
Well, there are a few problems. First, like Brayden said, the layout is terrible. Number 21 I thought Devin White they had at 1 at first. When I first looked at it, I was like, how do you put Devin White as the best player in the under 25 list? And then I actually started to understand how the list works, which was they just did it the wrong way. And I realized that they had Burns way too low. I know James is going to be really happy with that, but I love Burns. He's had a great spin move. He's just an explosive player. He's a playmaker on that D line. They have they had Kyler under Herbert, and I like Herbert. I do. He has a great deep ball. He's great under pressure. We saw it last year. But Kyler already has one of the best deep balls in the league. It's probably the second best scrambler in the league. And
Behind Lamar.
Yeah, obviously. Lamar. And it's just one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and it's just simply underrated. And then
Kyler
I'm also
underrated.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on, my bad.
I agree with you. Kyler is completely underrated. And this is a Seahawks fan saying that. Like, I play against Kyler two times a year. I watch him tear up my Seahawks 2 times a year, and it's not fun. It's not fun playing against Kyler Murray.
Yeah, imagine having Mahomes, my guy.
We all have that one quarterback, Drew Brees over here.
We had Drew Brees for years. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
The NFC South should start a support group for Drew Brees victims.
Drew Brees, Matt Ryan when Matt Ryan was in his prime.
Yeah, MVP Matt Ryan with Shanahan.
Yeah.
I mean, for Brayden, you remember prime Cam Newton as well? Like, I mean,
well, like, what MVP Cam Newton
MVP
just tore up everybody too. Like this
man,
he was unstoppable. Yeah. He was unstoppable in that year, bro. Like,
Brayden also needs a support group for Jameis Winston too. He was
please don't even start. Don't even
throwing touchdowns to the other team.
Even start.
Okay. But
30 TDs, 30 interceptions, that's not acceptable. 30 TDs, sure, I'll take that. But like maybe 11 interceptions, maybe that would be acceptable, but not 30 for 30. It's not a ratio.
Back on target. Yeah, Kyler Murray is Kyler Murray should be a bit higher. I think DK's right. I think that's where he should be. But I think that Derwin James is a bit high. Like as Riley said, he's not better than Minka. He's not better than Bates. Bates is probably the best coverage safety in the league. He's fantastic.
Derwin's healthy, he is. But the fact he hasn't been healthy the past 2 years is what does it for me.
Exactly. And I have no idea whether they're going for future, like ceiling, like at their peak, or if they're going now. The list doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me. But if they're going now, then Kyler should be over him, and Burns should be way higher. But if they're going for the future, then it makes way more sense, right?
Yeah. The one player I'm really happy with where they placed him is Tristan Wirfs. I think he is a great tackle, and I think he's going to be the best tackle in this league for a long time, next to Rashawn Slater. But
I'm fine for Wirfs. I think it's a perfect placement. Like he's an outstanding lineman. And I think he's not hit his peak yet. So I think that 17 is perfect. But if you want to talk about like like the list wise, if going now, then why is Nick Bosa number 3?
No, Bosa's 4. Bosa's 4.
Warner's 4, my bad. Yeah. Like I wouldn't like Bosa missed a whole year last year, basically with injury. I wouldn't put him. I put him maybe top 10, but I would not put him number 4 for sure.
I would have said top 10.
Yeah. Even though personal opinion, Joey's older, but he's not. He's over 25.
We get it. You have a Bosa.
Yes. I have a Bosa.
You've got to mention Joey.
Sorry.
He heard Bosa and he was like, "Oh my god."
Okay, well, the amount of hate that Joey gets, and people say, "Oh, Nick's better." It's like, okay, but Joey did it first. Joey did it first. So, okay, listen here, guy.
You know what Joey didn't do first? Go to a Super Bowl.
Nah, you didn't go there.
Well, that's all for the pod, guys. I'm out.
Wow.
I think you need a new co-host here, Leblock. Sorry.
Okay.
Anyways, who are some preseason rookies, like aside from the quarterbacks? Because every year, like quarterbacks get the main attention. Who has caught everyone's eye? Like I've heard a lot of great things about Elijah Moore in New York.
He's had a really good camp.
He's had a really great camp, and he could. If like Zach Wilson, like I said, I'm trying to avoid quarterbacks, but he actually could be the real deal over in New York. But I've only really been paying attention to my team's camp, like the Chargers. We recently just had a joint practice with the Niners, and some of our rookies, like Brendan Jameis, I think how you say it, from Nebraska. He's held his own against the 49ers interior D-line. James, who do you think is a breakout star from the Panthers or a rookie that people are sleeping on?
Terrence Marshall.
Terrence Marshall from LSU.
He's a big receiver. Gets an open space. He creates his own play. He looked great in the preseason game against the Colts. He's had a really good camp. I expect him to be our number 3 receiver heading into the year. I'm really high on him, and I think he can get at least maybe 600 yards this year. As a rookie, at least.
Yeah. Because he's wide receiver 3 for you guys, right? Moore, Anderson.
Right now it's David Moore. I think right now is number 3 wide receiver.
He's elite. He's a great player.
He does. I saw him play in the preseason. He looked pretty good too. So I think those two are competing. those two are competing for that last spot. So I think it's gonna be good for both of them.
Darnold's got some weapons.
Yeah, another rookie that's caught my eye, Justin Fields. Barring that first half against the who they play was they played somebody.
I remember watching the first half,
play.
and I don't remember who they were playing.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Yeah, he had like 2 fumbles. Didn't look like he could throw the ball. Then the second half comes off.
Was it Miami?
Yeah,
we'll say Miami. There we go. Thank you, Zach, for giving us that brain cell.
And like he looked great today. Hopefully he's alive after that hit. But
yeah.
But hey, every player has a welcome to the NFL moment, and Fields just had it in preseason, which maybe he shouldn't have taken the helmet off and headband off.
Yeah, his headband came off. That's how hard the hit was.
Just don't talk to Joe Burrow about welcome to the NFL. It's got freaking tore his ACL. Don't talk to Joe Burrow.
Didn't he tear his MCL too?
Yeah,
wasn't it ACL and MCL?
Yeah.
But hey, they got Jamar Chase though. Guys.
True.
He's showing no separation.
No separation.
He doesn't win with that. He's never won with that.
The new Deshaun Watson. He's gonna be running for his life like the next at least 2-3 years.
And that's the Bengal way. Yeah. Invest in the quarterback on a rookie deal? No. We just draft wide receivers. Look at what they did with Dalton when they drafted John Ross. Since get an O-lineman.
My buddy's a Bengals fan, and I feel for him. I really do. The owner is the GM, and he spends no money.
So it's like the reverse Jerry Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So, question for you, Brayden.
Yep.
How do you think your team did in the offseason? I know you guys didn't really have a lot to do. You guys kept your core team, but how do you think they did?
I think especially when you're coming off of a Super Bowl, I think it should be key, like in any sport, when you're coming off a championship, to bring those guys back, because those guys are the guys that got you to the play. I guess Tom Brady was the main guy that brought them there. So I guess bringing him on a bridge deal where he can go a bit longer if he wants to, but also bringing back the defense, the young defensive guys that were in the list that we just talked about. I think I think it was good because you brought back all the guys that won you the championship, and it's just a matter on if they play to win this year. Because if they don't play to win, then there's no point in that. But if you bring back all those guys, then I consider that a win.
Yeah, Joe Tryon, team in the league.
Joe Tryon's caught my eye for you guys. That was a home run pick. I'm surprised he wasn't picked earlier. But this draft class was a deep at D line. You had Oa, Pay, Tryon. There was quite a good.
Ojulari was drafted in the second round.
Yeah, Jalen Phillips, Rousseau. There was a lot of good name defensive players in this draft. So Joe Tryon looks like a great pickup for you guys. Yeah, especially because JPP and Shaq aren't getting any younger. Yeah, so having
that's the harsh reality of that right there.
It is, and I love JPP. I love him as a player. I love how, even though he had that horrific firework incident, he just rebounded from it and didn't let it injure his career. And he still currently has more interceptions than Jamal Adams.
I saw that coming. Also, he also has more than Buda Baker. So
yeah, but Buda Baker does more than the splits. Let's be real.
Buda Baker gets tackled by DK.
Jamal Adams.
Yeah, I was going to say.
8.2%.
He gets blasted by DK Metcalf.
Okay.
What I'm surprised is with the Bucs is that they're able to keep so many of their defensive guys. It's the Brady effect. When players play with Brady, they want to stay. That's why New England had that stability at at least defense and offense for so many years.
Yep. Because people want to play, and he's a winner.
He has an effect on people too. They want to stay.
Yep. He's a winner, and it's amazing that culture he brings. And I know he gets a lot of hate, some of it necessary, but he's a winner.
He kisses his kids too, but
that was not needed. That was completely outside of the topic.
He's a winner and he kisses his kids. What's wrong with that? He showed his kids some love. He's a good dad.
He also kisses Super Bowl trophies, so let's be real.
Yeah, he kissed one that we should have ran the ball on, but I don't want to talk about that.
Oh my God! Oh, that day! Oh wow! I remember with like a group of friends were watching the Super Bowl, and that final play, the Malcolm Butler interception, we all just went absolutely nuts.
Yeah,
why would they throw the ball?
Yeah.
I went nuts for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
See, Zach doesn't hope Malcolm Butler gets hit by a truck, but if he did, Zach wouldn't be upset.
No, but then we play him twice a year now because he signed with the Cardinals. Now he signed with the Cardinals, so we're gonna hear Malcolm Butler intercepted. It's happening. His only interception all season is gonna be against us. I know it. Malcolm Butler is gonna get one pick, and it's gonna be against us.
Yeah,
I remember
being at a Super Bowl party, and like I was like sitting there, and I thought, this isn't real, is it? Like I was in disbelief. I was like, no way.
Anyways, just to loop back here. Brayden, is there any changes you would make to the Buccaneers offseason?
I mean, if you could sign Chris Godwin to a larger deal, keep him there because I think he's a good asset, especially since he's a good deep threat. You know, you saw Brady throwing the ball really deep in the playoffs, and
that Brady connection is good. Yeah,
he's always there to pull it down, and I think the connection that Godwin and Brady have now, especially since like the Super Bowl, since I think Godwin gave Brady 12, and then Brady promised him a trophy. So I think that kind of that chemistry now will keep them together. And I think if you had that, just sign him for a bigger deal. But other than that, I really didn't have any problem with draft picks like Kyle Trask, another great guy.
Yeah, and Brady actually knew about that pick. Look, I'm gonna maybe throw some shade at Green Bay, but maybe you should let your starting franchise quarterback know when you're drafting.
Yeah, that would probably be smart. Yeah, just like Dalton knew.
Yeah,
how
Dalton
do you let Dalton know?
Yeah. Dalton knew about it too, but maybe you just let him know. Just saying, Green Bay. All right, yeah, I think you guys had a great off season. Like I said, maybe keep Godwin, because the fact that Brady said, "Hey, give me 12, I will get you a Super Bowl," and he actually delivered on that. If that's just one cocky motherfucker, but it's like, let's be real here. Like, let's be real.
Not complaining.
Let's be real here. Like, yeah, I'll get you a ring, and does it. Like, what the? I'm sorry.
I mean, I
respect it.
Brady gets more cocky with age, though. Like in New England, should he say now? He would never say in New England. Like
no, because Bill Belichick would have beat him up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
beating him up.
Bill would have took him out back.
Yeah, but
you would have taken him to Subway.
Yeah, but the thing is, Bruce Arians has literally given Brady the entire franchise. Like, take the team, please, and just do my job for me. So I think Bruce Arians has given him that opportunity to speak speak your mind, because we should probably listen to this guy versus Bruce Arians, who has just won his first Super Bowl, versus the guy who's won 6. So you listen to which one you listen
first
to.
First as a head coach, he has some as an assistant in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Brady adjusted to that system fast too.
Yeah.
Like,
and there was no preseason, so like when they were kind of like having some rust on the wheels, like you just had to give it time, and I think the Bucs can make another run. So Brayden, what did you say? What did you say is the Buccaneers' biggest strength and biggest weakness?
I think biggest strength is like the offense. Let me rephrase that. The second half offense, the first half offense is god awful. You cannot get a first down in that first half offense last season, but I think the second half offense and kind of that coming back, and I guess you can call it clutch if you really want to. Like, you almost came back in the Chiefs in week 12. Like you almost come back against an offense like that or a defense like that. I think that having that push to finish the game strong as much as finish it weak is a big part. So wide receiver, offense, running backs, 3 great running backs, great wide receiver core who can be Antonio Brown. You can even put Scotty Miller in there if you really wanted to, and he'd still produce.
Kevin King's father.
Yeah, right. But weakness is tough because it didn't look like in the playoffs you had any weaknesses. Like, you couldn't get by them anyway. Like, you couldn't stop the offense, you couldn't stop the defense. So I don't know what you could call a weakness, but I guess you kind of solved it getting Wirfs, especially on the outside, because I think that was a big problem before.
Yeah, it was.
Off, to the sacks. So I think you only allowed 1 sack last year. So I think you solved that problem last year, than solving it this year. So
my guess for you guys probably would be secondary. It's not even bad. It's a good secondary. It's just the rest of your team is just great. Like
You have to cherry pick something. Something. Like, I would say, who's your safety besides Winfield? I know.
I think Carlton Davis is a freaking corner.
Carlton Davis is a corner, and same with
Murphy.
Bunting or whatever.
Yeah, Murphy
How'd you get
Bunting's the
guy's
corner.
face?
Well, maybe that's it.
What was
if you
his
can't
name,
name
man?
it.
Because I remember when Carlton Davis went out for the game against the Vikings or whatever game it was, they were saying some guy, I don't remember his name, but whatever it was, like I think he's the other guy, but he's not a starter, so I'm not sure.
Okay,
But he
then
played safety.
Maybe that's it.
Maybe I guess you could say safeties that like the deep threat safeties that need better coverage.
Mhm.
I guess you could say that, but I don't know. It looked great to me on the other side.
Yeah.
You didn't let anybody by. The only person you really let by was freaking Alan Lazard on the friggin' one play in the conference championship. But
and Tyreek in that one quarter.
oh
where he
god,
had,
no!
like,
I
200
was
yards.
crying. I was convinced I was going to turn off the TV within the second quarter. Like that was what I was debating doing. and then they came back
You
and-
guys had your corner on an island against Tyreek Hill.
Anyways, who do you think is the breakout player for this year for you guys?
Okay, yeah, I'll have to say Rojo. Honestly, I think that
Jones?
he had a great year last year, but he's sharing it with Leonard Fournette. So I think that he's going to be the main guy on the ground when they're trying to get to the red zone, other than Evans and Godwin and probably Antonio Brown. But I think he's going to have the year where he can push out those yardage and get more carries. Whereas Leonard Fournette's there, and also Gio Bernard is now there. So I guess he's gonna. Yeah, and then I think he's gonna have more of those big runs like we saw the last year against the Panthers, the big 98-yard run to the touchdown.
James, we're sorry.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna see a lot more of those big runs, and that's why I think I picked him up in fantasy, because I think he's gonna have that breakout year. I don't know if Scotty Miller's gonna start. So if I was gonna pick somebody that would start constantly, it'd be Rojo. But if it wasn't, it would be probably Scotty Miller, because he'll get those opportunities when he's needed. So
you heard it right here, folks. Pick up Rojo for fantasy.
Yes,
pick up Rojo.
do that. But like, do it for yardage purposes. Don't do it for PPR.
Yeah.
Do it for
And
yardage.
also, don't do it in the first round.
Don't do it in the first round either. Don't pick.
That's probably
Calvin
good.
Ridley in the first round.
Could be
Don't
worse.
do that.
Could have
Overall pick.
taken
some
Calvin
Rojo.
Ridley 5th overall in your fantasy league.
Attaboy, Max.
Okay, so this.
I'm
is
just
also
saying,
a segment-
Rojo's been hyped up the past 2 years for fantasy and for like the NFL role. I think he does make the jump, but like it's been hyped up for so long that maybe a little overhyped. That's just
Maybe he doesn't, right? But like he's the guy that like I would look at and say like, you give him the ball, because he had a great second half of the year last year, because he dealt with like injuries and stuff like mid-year.
lingering issues. Yeah.
But I think he's the guy that they would turn to get those opportunities, like 3rd and 5. You don't turn to go throw the ball. You turn to Rojo, and he drives it 6 yards and gets you a first down. So I think he's going to be that guy they turn to when they want
reliable.
When they want something to make up of an offense. So maybe that's just me, but
and having your O-line actually emerged as great, will help him a ton too.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Who do you say is the most overrated on your team here, Brayden?
Oof, okay. That's a rough one right there.
I'm sorry. That's a tough one.
Oh my god. I would say that people are starting like the first year I saw a lot of posts saying that Tristan Wirfs is this next big guy. Now he's not there yet. It was his first year this year. He played great this year. Yes, mind you, but he's not the greatest. He's not the greatest outside tackle there's ever been. Like he still needs time to show that he can do it again and again and again and again. So I think that as of right now, he's the one that's overhyped, I guess, but he deserves like the recognition he's getting. But calling him the next great one is after his first season is a bit much for me, but maybe that's
Didn't he only allow 1 sack this year though?
He only allowed 1 sack. That's it.
Who was it too? Like I think it was Khalil Mack. So I'm correct.
It was Khalil Mack.
Yeah, and that's Khalil Mack. Mack truck is a beast. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Worse. I would personally say Devin White. And this is a guy I love. I love Devin White. I think he's a great player and seems like a great person off the field, but I don't know about his coverage.
Yeah, I think he's the guy. Like he's the guy, especially on a rush, that like if you go outside, you're dead, because he's gonna catch up to you and you're gonna get destroyed. Like Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Lit up.
Yeah.
He used to be a running back. So if he ever gets the ball in his hands, watch out.
Yeah.
And because the way he has that speed, but that sideline to sideline speed is rare in linebackers. So he's good at like the short game, but like I said, I don't really know about his coverage skills, but the fact that he ran a race versus Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman, Henry Ruggs, and I want to say Justin Jefferson.
It was Justin Jefferson, yeah.
Yeah, and I think he had the third best time. That's incredible to me. That's incredible. Like that guy's gonna that guy makes it a nightmare for teams. But I think Devin White. But like I said, I still love Devin White. I like him. I just think some people, and I was guilty of this myself, put him at the S tier of linebackers, but he's not there yet.
He's not Bobby Wagner.
But like he's the guy that's like, you could argue definitely he's overhyped because like he's not great coverage, but he's great on the outsides. But I think that if you tore him away from that defense, like if he left, I think that defense would struggle, especially because like I think he's just a major part of that. And maybe that's like just another factor why he's good where he is. But I definitely see where you're coming from, calling him like a bit overhyped like that way because he doesn't have coverage. But
and then you also have Levante David to be your main coverage guy, so it balances out.
David's great,
so well.
I would not call David overhyped at all.
No, they work in tandem so perfectly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Levante David does the coverage kind of thing, and Devin White kind of blitzes, and you guys are a great team. So trying to find any weakness is really hard. Like,
that's what I was struggling with. Like, you hit me with the hardest question. Like, I don't think there's any weaknesses besides maybe linebacker coverage or like maybe offensive line.
No, you guys have a great coverage linebacker.
Yeah, there really isn't any weakness.
The Bucs are probably the most complete team right now.
That must have hurt you to say that, James.
Like,
it hurts because the Bucs did nothing for 10 years, and now they're a super team.
You're welcome. This is also kind of funny. So the first team to make the playoffs haven't won a playoff game in how long? And their first playoff run in however many years, they win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not how it works normally for most teams. Like, okay, I can't wrap my head around that. Zach, I'm just gonna hit you with the same questions because I want to know about the Seahawks, especially.
Yeah. You know about the Seahawks. Come on.
Yeah,
but the people don't, James. The people
don't. And this podcast is about letting the people know.
I just want to say to our audience, overrated does not mean bad.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. No, it doesn't.
Everyone confuses overrated with, you think he's shit? Like, no.
That's what I was saying about Tristan Wirfs. Like, Tristan Wirfs is not a bad player. He's a great player for a rookie, but he's overhyped. That doesn't mean he's terrible. Doesn't mean he's bad. He's just overlooked right now.
Yes.
It's not bad. So.
Okay. So Zach, again, how do you think your team did in the offseason with
he's just a great player?
With a lot of draft picks you guys had.
Yeah, we had so many. We had
too many.
We had done.
With your limited draft picks, how do you think you guys did?
Well, draft wise, I would have liked to grab a center. There were two really good centers on the board when it was our pick, and I was like, we're gonna get a center. We needed one. Postage started the season really well, but then he regressed. But then I like the Dieskridge pick. He's a flashy guy, and he works in the system, which is just a lot. Like, if you remember McVay's system, it's just a lot of motions. You need speed.
Yeah, you do need speed. Speed kills.
But manage the offseason. I thought we managed the offseason pretty well. Obviously, I think we paid Jamal a bit too much, like about $1 million. It's not too much. Like, I love Schneider. I love the business he does, so I'm not going to complain too much because I think he's a fantastic GM. So I think we did a good job with him. I like that we re-signed Lockett. I was worried that we wouldn't. The Chris Carson deal is a steal.
That is outrageous. Like, how that low? I'm stunned.
Yeah, I was telling all my friends, whoever gets him is going to get a fantastic running back because they're actually going to use him a lot, and they're going to use him in a workhorse role. Because for some reason, Pete Carroll, I know he has health issues, but when he's on the field, he's incredible. He can break tackles, he can catch ball, he can do everything. He's a workhorse. He's an alpha running back.
if you give him like 20 touches a game, it's not going to slow him down. Like he doesn't get tired, and those running backs are rare.
Fantasy god.
When healthy,
more fantasy advice here. More fantasy football advice here.
Yeah.
Pick up Chris Carson late round.
He's a value.
He'll be there.
He is a value. Him and Lockett are values right now.
9th round target.
Pick them up.
Yeah.
Carson and Lockett are back right now. But yeah, so we had a decent offseason. I'd like to see us sign Diggs and Drain Brown. Drain Brown is like probably a top 8 left tackle, and we still haven't re-signed him, which is a like we got a rookie, right? But he's not Drain Brown. You can't feed him into that role immediately.
And especially when you've got Nick Bosa, Chandler Jones, JJ Watt, like you got so much elite edge rushing talent in that division. You need a proven tackle.
Exactly.
To handle those edgy guys. Because they will eat Russell Wilson alive for dinner like they already have.
Yeah. I kind of wish we signed KJ Wright. I think we'd have the second best linebacking core in the league.
Well, I like Jordan Brooks.
KJ, I think obviously. I like him a lot too, but I would have liked to see us play 4-3 this year and then have KJ and Brooks on the outside and put Bobby in the middle. Yeah.
Bobby's a very plug and play linebacker outside middle. He can do whatever.
Bobby's fantastic. Oh, man.
And I'm going to avoid this one debate that I've heard countless times. So moving on.
We're not going there.
Me and James were both thinking about it. I was thinking about saying it. And I was like, I'm not gonna have that.
That's why I said like that. We may have that another time, but we are not doing that now. Please, the people, you can.
They don't need
have that debate. They don't need it.
No more Keekly versus Bobby debate.
Both are great. But as podcast and football fan law states, Luke Kuechly was a great linebacker. They're both Hall of Fame talents. We have to acknowledge the both of them.
Yeah.
So it's just law. Don't hate on me. I'm just doing my job.
Both are first ballot. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So what would you say the Seahawks' biggest strength is, Zach?
I'd
say your receiver core.
It's just a general offense. I mean, we bring in Gerald Everett now, and now you have a good tight end. You have a good blocking tight end. Our O-line improved a lot, and now I just think the offense is just the clear strength. Like, it's gonna get points. It's going to.
Yeah, it is.
You have Russell Wilson in an offense with Chris Carson, DK Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett.
Let Russ cook.
No. I don't want to start that phrase again because I know what happened this week last week. I don't want to start that. I watched that urinating tree video and I hated it. I really despised it.
Let Russ cook sometimes.
Yeah, let him cook when we're looking to make a comeback. How about
Russ can cook on weekends.
Yeah.
Okay. And your biggest weakness, I'd say cornerback.
Yeah, it's a cornerback room. We have Akello Witherspoon, who I've been told by Niners fans he can be prime Jalen Ramsey in a game, but that's one game every out of 17. That's what he does. He has one really good game a year, and then the rest are ass.
Yeah. So prime Jalen Ramsey, like getting beat by Darnell Mooney.
No, not that one. Yeah, I'm talking about the good Jalen Ramsey against DK.
Okay.
Someone who lives with a Niners fan and has seen Witherspoon play like countless times. Witherspoon, I'd say, is an above average corner.
Yeah,
he has his games though. Like some games he's absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Some games he's like he said, prime Jalen Ramsey. Like he's inconsistent.
Then the next he's last season on the Vikings, Xavier Rhodes.
Yeah. We also have Trey Flowers right now, not the actually good edge. We have a terrible cornerback named Trey Flowers, who is good against D-Hop. He's good against D-Hop, but he's not good against anyone else.
Just the name Trey Flowers, I think it should just define you as a terrible player. If you have a last name Flowers, I think that just kind of brings your scale lower. It doesn't matter how you play.
Brandon Flowers was kind of bad.
You definitely lose intimidation points there with your last name Flowers.
Right. Yeah, you got hands to the face Flowers in Detroit.
Oh, that call.
Yeah.
Congratulations. We've got angry Packers fans and Lions fans going to be in our DMs. Okay.
But there is one cornerback I like, DJ Reed.
Yeah.
DJ Reed. Okay.
He's 5'8", and that's all he needs. He's big in the heart.
Is he guarding Kyler Murray?
If you're putting Muggsy Bogues at receiver, I think that's gonna work out.
Don't worry. If they're ever trying to throw like if D Hop's ever gonna throw like Kyler Murray, you put him on it and it's perfect.
There you go. Size matchup.
Brayden, I'd probably take you over half of our cornerback room. I'm not
hey,
even
bro,
lying.
who let the kids on the field? Come on. Who let the kids on the field?
We also signed another 5'8" corner. That was our fourth round pick. We just love our short corners.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, who do you say is the most overrated?
Most overrated. I thought we started with underrated. Okay, that's a tough one. I'd go with it was DK for a bit. Now he's not though. I'd go with there's a lot of underrated players because everyone hates the Seahawks for whatever reason. Mostly because we have bandwagon fans. Yeah. Who suck DK's knob? That's the problem. Our fan base overrates DK, but I think the general NFL community doesn't. I can't opt out like that though. I don't know.
There is no opt-outs on this podcast.
I'll go with
the NFL.
Smith. I'll go with Geno Smith.
How do you overrate a backup quarterback?
I'll go with Geno Smith because he's bad. People throw out the stat that he beat Belichick twice in his rookie season. It doesn't matter. He can't throw the ball.
At least you have one quarterback who can throw the ball.
I watched him play the Jets when we won 40-0. We won 40-0 against the Jets, and he couldn't do anything. We got 40 points in the first half against the Jets with Russell Wilson, and Geno comes in, and we got one field goal.
There's a reason Geno Smith isn't in New York anymore.
Yeah.
Or in LA.
Yeah, he's really, really bad at football. So it's either him or I think I thought of someone. Trey Flowers. People think that he's a below average corner, but really he's just a really, really terrible corner and the worst one to ever play in the NFL.
He's just he's just a larger pylon.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's a tulip.
Unless he's playing D-Hop. I'll give him credit. He's D-Hop's dad when he played D-Hop, but every other game he won't do anything.
Okay.
He'll get burned.
Okay, so most overrated, most underrated, you could basically just name any player from the Seahawks.
Tyler Lockett or Andre Diggs. Tyler Lockett, people still don't talk about him.
I'll say Diggs. I think Quandre Diggs. I think
agree
he's
with Lockett there. Lockett's underrated.
Well, Diggs allows our defense to do whatever we want. He's the reason that Jamal Adams is able to be blitz boy. It's because it's because he's a very good coverage safety. He is. I think he got 5 picks, and I know that's not a way to judge a player. Like I said, it's a terrible way to judge a player, but he was constantly allowing our defense to do whatever they want, and he fit our scheme perfectly. We got him for a 5th round pick, which just shows how underrated he is. Even the Lions didn't think he was a good enough player to be worth more than a 5th round pick.
Good job, Detroit.
Interceptions hide the fact that you're bad at like defense, for example. Like, me in high school, I had 10 picks in a season, but I couldn't play man.
Let's go, James. Let's go.
So the Bucks needed his safety, right? Yeah, James. Like, let's give him your phone number.
Give me a call.
Brayden, hook him up. Brayden, hook him up.
Oh God.
He's a coverage safety. He's a coverage safety.
I got no man-to-man skills. Maybe undersized.
He'd be ready. He'd be ready.
I talk a lot of shit.
He'd look over at the linebackers. He'd look over, and the guy's already gone.
Oh, there.
Wait, what? I didn't think you were there. Can we get a restart? I didn't think he was going. Can we get a restart?
Mulligan. Mulligan.
I feel, you know what, James? You're signing up. You're there.
Yeah. You're in. Congratulations, James, on making the NFL.
Okay.
Take that spell weapon to have nobody else. Just please come here.
Alrighty. Okay. There we go. Okay. So James, what do you think of Taylor Moton's deal? I know he's
How
no
many
longer
times
he's
you
no
gonna
longer
ask me this?
franchise tag. Okay, for context, in one of our group chats, we would just constantly bring up the fact that Taylor Moton got franchise tagged, and it was just a joke. So now that he's got his deal extended.
I'll spend it for like 7 times, like twice a day. Like,
well, after you were annoyed by it, it was like, why not keep on going?
why not, yeah, just keep it going.
And
you got it.
And then we would post it from different pages too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Honestly, I like the deal. I think that was a fair rate to give him. He's one of the best line. I wouldn't say he's at least top 12. I'll give him top 12 in the league. I think it's a good deal for a team that has had line issues for the past like 3 seasons. I think it's a good deal to lock up one of your top linemen. So
because having him on that edge allows a lot of outside runs. As I don't like your interior line. I don't like Paradis. And
I don't like
who's
you.
that? Zach, do you want to do this pod? Do you want to just take over the pod full time?
In the words of Urinating Tree, we have 3/5 of a good offensive line.
Yeah.
Why 3/5?
Maybe 2/5. Maybe 2/5.
That's more than 1/5.
Yeah.
More than 2/5.
That's what the Seahawks got. They got 2/5.
No, we have Dwayne Brown, Gabe Jackson.
We
got
2.
more. You just gotta look. You just gotta look.
Russell Wilson getting killed every game. Yeah, I see that.
Oh wait, I forgot Damian Lewis.
D-Lou. Okay, there we go. 3.
D-Lou.
Okay.
Yeah, we have 3. That's right.
Okay, if there's anybody who shouldn't be talking smack about O-line rankings, it's my team. Like,
you guys improved though.
We did improve, but
you got Corey Lindsley, who you swear is a god, but
he is a god. He's fantastic.
He's good though. But you act like Anthony Munoz fell from the sky.
He did.
He's the best center in the league. He's the best center in the league.
Yeah,
and that's why I wanted you on the pod, Zach. So
come on, Viking boy, Ryan Jensen. Come on, Viking boy.
I like Jensen, I do, but
Jensen's great. I like him.
He's got the locks though. You know what I'm saying? He's got that wins him over anytime. Wins him over.
Yeah, but
honestly, this might be a bad take, but like Alex Mack is still a pretty good center.
Mack is pretty good. I like Mack.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say that's a warm take.
No,
like you can get mixed emotions from that, but I'd say that's decently warm.
That's a lukewarm take. Yeah. But he's pretty good. He'll be good for the Niners.
He changed my mind. I realized. So he's terrible. No, he sucks because he plays on the Niners. So there's no other way around it. I'm unbiased. There's no other way around it. Everyone who plays on that team sucks.
No.
Yep. Nick Bosa is a good edge. Nick Bosa isn't a good edge.
He isn't. Joey Bosa's better.
Unless we're comparing him to Joey Bosa, and then he's elite. I have to choose between what side I'm going to go with here.
Could you not flip off our guest, please?
I expect nothing more from you, dating.
Just gave the pointer finger. Is that a better substitute, Leblock?
Yeah.
Next, you're going to give me that.
We'll go with it.
It took him a second to realize what to do now. It's like, oh god.
Like, wait, what finger should I use here? What finger should I use?
Chinese.
Anyways.
We're like 3 and we were told that this was a Chinese.
That brings back those memories.
We're all
okay.
That's like elementary school for you.
Now, anyways, looping it back to football. Okay, so another question, James. That you sent me a video the other day of the newspaper with safety rankings.
To be fair, I sent you a lot of videos.
Yeah, and
you mean
safety
this book
rankings.
right here?
Goodbye.
Yes.
I didn't like that.
Oh, there we go. Now you made our guest leave. I can't see you because you're not talking, and it's on brain right now.
You mean this book right here?
Yes. Yeah. So.
Oh, hang on. I'll go to it.
God.
Jamal Adams is 3, right? He's He should have been
linebackers. Oh, defensive backs. Here we
lower. He should have been lower.
He should have been.
Lower.
Number 1 is
Now,
Buddha.
Get your popcorn. Get your popcorn. Leblock is
They had
speaking.
one at Buddha?
1 is Buddha. 2 is Jordan Poyer. 3 is Jamal Adams. 4 is Jesse Bates. And 5 is Jeremy Chin. And 6 is Derwin. So I sent him that just to piss him off.
And it worked. It worked.
Yeah, he was going off, and I was like, "Oh damn, Riley just sent me 8 texts."
Are you kidding me?
Like, here's
All stood up.
I don't agree with it. I just sent him to piss him off. I think Chin has the potential to be a top 10 safety in his career. I don't think he's a top 10 safety right now.
Thank you.
Good take.
And that's
it's on the podcast. So whenever James starts going off about Jeremy Chin being elite, we have video recording of him saying
no. Because then he's gonna say, no, I said he had potential to be, and it's been week 1, and he's already achieved that potential.
I'm only biased when I'm in a bad mood. So
yeah, he just lost 52 or 54 nothing to the Chiefs. You know what? Top 10, Jeremy Chin. Let him go.
Okay, so who's left on the list, James?
Oh, you want more? Okay.
Yeah, I want to Minka. Where's
Number
Minka?
7 is Von Bell.
What?
Justin Simmons.
Okay, Simmons I kind of see.
Simmons is fantastic.
Landon Collins.
He's underrated.
And then
He's underrated, but isn't there.
This must be some Instagram account that got hired by this thing, because usually these trash Instagram accounts get comments.
I think
This is
it's
not
for
getting
fantasy.
comments.
It's for fantasy, I'm pretty sure. So that's what it's ranked by. But I didn't tell Riley that though, just to piss him off.
Well, that's an important detail for fantasy. And also, what league picks defensive players? If your league picks defensive players,
that's smart. I've wanted to do that for a while, and nobody ever wants to get on with me. Individual defensive players. You learn more about players.
A defensive player could go pointless and then mess their team up.
I traded Buda Baker for Chris Godwin. It was great.
That
was the dumbest trade ever. I was like, oh, okay, take Buda Baker, please. I would love Chris Godwin.
Was it last year or the year before?
It wasn't last year. It was probably like my first year. So it was 2 years ago.
But Ryan, if I sent you the linebacker one, you would have been maybe a little more pissed.
Can you please go over the linebacker one?
I'll go over the top 10 just because we're kind of behind.
Bobby won't be one.
Okay.
1 is Devin White.
He doesn't get many.
Devin White, Darius Leonard, Roquan Smith, Zach Cunningham from the Texans.
He gets a lot of tackles. That's why.
He does. He
gets a ton of tackles. They have no D line, so all of the running backs go to him.
That's true.
Yeah.
Blake Martinez, who gets a lot of tackles.
Yeah, it's just tackle munchers. Schobert. He's on the Steelers now, no? Didn't he get traded there?
He did. Jags.
He did get traded.
Okay, if he got traded, then it's outdated. I bought you yesterday, book.
Been on the show for 4 months. It's like, nah, we're not gonna update it.
Jalen Smith, TJ Watt, Fred Warner, and Bobby Wagner.
Okay.
Yeah, I expected Bobby to be late.
They should include TJ because he's an edge rusher. Technically labeled a linebacker, I know, but
bro, for DBs, it's not even safeties. When I told you, it's like just DBs, so it's like everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, I think I'm gonna just answer these Panthers questions. Then we're gonna end it off with our 2 segments, and I think we should be good.
Okay, sounds good. James,
do we want to listen about the Panthers though? Like, let's be honest here. Cam Newton days are way over. They're kind of
they should have kept Cam Newton.
This is a 4-13 team. This is a 4-13 team.
Anyways,
thank you.
So,
we should have kept Cam that last year. I would much well keep Cam than overpay for Bridgewater than trade him away for a 7th.
Yeah, Bridgewater is really bad.
Check down.
James, who do you think will be the breakout player on the Panthers this year?
You're gonna be mad. But Jeremy Chin.
I knew
I
it.
knew that was coming.
Knew that was
I
coming.
was thinking it.
I was even gonna say it as a joke.
Jeremy
He has
Chin.
some potential.
You could say Yeater as well.
I could see. I'm happy with the eater. I'm happy with the eater.
I could also say Terrence Marshall if he, I like the kid. I just like the kid. So
Sam
Marshall,
Darnold,
but
too,
I'm
if
gonna
you
go with
believe in him.
Yeater though. I'm gonna go with Yeater.
Yeater, okay.
I love Dieter. I love
He has a pretty good name too, so that gets me points.
Like
Yeater
him.
Gross Matos. Sounds very Scottish.
This is why you don't broadcast for the Panthers. Sack by
Yeah.
Yeater.
Yeater Gross Matos with the sack. For anybody who's Scottish or from that area, my apologies. I am just a Canadian. Okay. Now, who do you say is the most overrated on your team? And who do you say is the most overrated?
You know who I hate on the Panthers. It's not him though. But honestly, cold
CMC.
take DJ Moore.
CMC.
I drafted DJ Moore in fantasy. Is that how you were paid me?
I have him on.
I
my
drafted him
account,
for
but
you,
he's my
James.
backup.
Okay,
So it's okay.
I like DJ Moore, but the man fumbles the ball like every game.
He also can't catch a touchdown.
Exactly.
Hang on,
He
Zach's going to
can't
be
do
right
that.
back. He's got to go make a cut.
No, I'm not cutting. I'm never cutting DJ
Like
Moore.
gotta go
DJ
make
Moore
a
gets
trade.
yards for sure, but like if I want to throw a deep threat ball, I'd rather go to Robbie Anderson than DJ.
I think you'd also rather go to CMC because he'll catch the damn ball.
Exactly. Like
I'd
Moore
rather
when
go
he's
to
running.
David Moore.
I just think Moore has too many drops. I think for sure he led the league in drops last year or the year before.
David
All right.
Moore is the better Moore on that team. Yeah, that's right.
Now, what
Yeah.
do you? Okay, I'm kind of just mess up the order here. Your biggest weakness and strengths, like your strengths and weaknesses.
Weakness. We got a lot of those. I would have to say
That just sounded painful coming out of your mouth. It sounded painful.
I could hear the pain.
I would have to say secondary.
Cries in Serper.
Secondary's been our weakness for a long time, and we're just starting to address it. We just had one of our corners go down for the year. Troy Pride went down for the year.
Oh, that's not good.
So this means
Especially
James
that division.
Horn's probably going to get that full-time man-to-man corner role now.
I mean, you picked him in the top 10. I kind of hope so.
Yeah, so did I. But like, he's going to get more now.
Yeah, but
because-
you don't want to throw someone in there right away.
Well, yeah, look at Okuda.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah,
point.
Akuda was thrown into the fire though. Detroit's a mess.
Yeah, Patricia, man, that guy. How do you put Akuda 1-on-1 against Tay Adams?
I know. Like,
Okay. And your biggest strength?
probably the D-line.
I could, yeah, I was,
Yeah, I'd agree.
That's what I would have said too.
I'm surprised your biggest weakness, you didn't say tight end.
No, they. Oh
we,
no,
we-
yeah.
we drafted a
They-
tight end. We drafted Tremble,
Yeah.
who looks pretty decent.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dan Arnold's a veteran who can mentor the young tight end group of Ian Thomas and Tremble. So I'm not too worried about it until I should be worried about it.
Okay.
Arnold is also pretty explosive.
He is like he has those plays. He's an older guy, but he can still like get touchdowns. It's,
He can move about. He can run.
Exactly.
Yep. Now, the final question here. Division record and your final predictions.
I think we win 8 games. I think we go 8-9.
Okay. And since I forgot to
no way.
ask the other two about that, Brayden, your division record and final predictions.
15 or 14 wins. There's no way you're under 10 or under 12. There's no way, especially with the defense. There's no way. So first in the division, because the Saints have just gone after Drew Brees. So I think Kamara's obviously going to carry them, but without Drew Brees, you're not going to do any well. So I think easily top of the division, but over 13 wins, I'd say. Maybe 15 is a stretch, but 13 wins is probably where I'd set my mark, where you got to get over that.
Yeah.
But
At least you didn't say 17-0. I've seen some
No,
fans say
no,
that.
I wouldn't say undefeated, but if it happens, then it happens, then I'm wrong. But
You'd be really happy if it happened.
yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
like, I'll stay humble so that I don't get rammed with comments saying, "What the hell? Why'd you say 17-0? What the hell? What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Well, all
I'll
right.
say it there just so people can calm down. You know.
Okay. And Zach, your thoughts, division record?
So, division record, I had us going 3-3 in a thing that I did like 2 weeks ago, and then 12-5.
All right. I like
final
that.
record. Yeah.
I like that. Okay. These are all really good takes, and I hope that they do happen because I think two of the four teams here are perennial playoff contenders, while the other two are hopeful.
So all the teams here are in
Let's go,
are,
Brayden.
are in different stages. Example, Brayden's former Super Bowl champions, Brayden, contender. We got Zach. Developing like rising team. We have the Chargers.
No, we're not rising. We're not rising.
And then we have rebuilder, me.
We're not rising, James.
Yeah,
We're not rising.
Anyway, Riley was getting into what the next segment was going to be. It's called over under.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We're gonna go through everybody's division and a surprise division, and I want to see what you guys think of the win. These are like projected win totals by Vegas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So we're gonna start with the NFC West.
Oh, okay. Starting off with
man.
bangers.
Here we go.
The Rams total is gonna be 11 wins.
I'd go over.
Over. Brayden.
I'd say it's right about there. I'd say you can go 10 or 12, whatever it is. But I think that's a good that's a good benchmark. That's a good reach. So I'd say that's pretty accurate. I'd say they get 11 wins.
So you're gonna go even.
Yeah, that's even.
Riley.
I kind of agree with that. I do. I think that their loss of Staley is a huge blow to them. But when you got Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, kind of easy game plan defense. So I agree with Brayden's take.
I'm
Provided
gonna go
everyone's health.
Yeah. I'm gonna go over. I think they get at least 12 or 13 wins. I really like the Rams. What they did.
I like them too.
Yeah.
And it hurts to admit that.
Right. Seahawks 10 wins.
I say over. Zach's gonna like that.
I'll go
Yeah,
over.
Over.
I'd go over.
Over, yeah.
That division is a bloodbath.
Come on, James.
Over. It's wide open.
James.
I'm going over.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go over, but that may conflict the video that I made like a week ago. But that was some of them are strictly for comments. All right, strictly for views.
Okay.
Don't take some of them as like actual things. So some of them were for some comments. I need to make it like kind of
baity. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
So people get
you know
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I saw your Chargers take, man. I saw it.
It's marketing, it's marketing. You gotta get people mad.
It doesn't mean it's wrong.
Arguments,
You're still wrong though.
Yeah.
Right. The 49ers 10 wins.
I say over. I think over.
You saying under, Zach?
Yeah, I know that Jimmy's is gonna hate me for that take, but I'm going under.
I am also
just because I don't
go
like
under.
the Niners.
Yeah,
I hate the Niners. I'm a Seahawks fan. I can't say that they're good.
I'm gonna go even. I think they do get 10 wins. I just think if the defense can stay healthy, they're a 10-win team.
I say their defense is healthy. They're over that. Yeah, but you've got Nick Bosa, Armstead, Kinlaw, who's growing.
Warner.
Sherm played like a top 3 corner though.
Yeah, but you have Jason Verrett, who's no slouch, and is looking to finally getting rid of that injury bug. Jason Verrett is a highly slept on corner, and I will die on this hill.
Jason Verrett is fantastic, yeah, but they had what? They had Sherman, who did play like a top 3 corner. He was unbelievable before that Super Bowl game where everyone knows what happened with him and Watkins. I mean, it was embarrassing. Yeah. But
Richard Sherman is the slowest dude with dreads out there. I'm not
No, he's the best corner in the game.
Did you see my neighbor, Brad? You want to follow those guys with dreads, man?
Oh God. You can see my neighbor.
That sounds really dicey, but I'm making a joke. Anyways.
And lastly, we have where the hell they go?
The Cards.
Cardinals with 8.
I want to say over.
I'm gonna say over. I really like the Cardinals. I think they're a sleeper team this year. And honestly, I think Kyler Murray's a dark horse MVP candidate.
He is.
I think the division's always going to be competitive, so I'll say over, but like slightly over. I say they get 9, but I mean the division's always going to be competitive, so it doesn't matter who you get. It's going to be a fight to the death, fight to the final few weeks.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we're going to do the AFC West.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Are you ready for some Chargers homer sounding off? Let's get it.
Chiefs with 12 wins.
Oh,
I say over.
over.
And
Right.
I hate Patrick Mahomes.
I'm gonna say
They're over. They're
I'll say
over.
over.
I mean,
Yeah,
they have a better O line.
yeah. I'll say over.
Yeah.
They have that French guy coming back. Whatever his name is.
Tardif. No,
Lord,
Devontae Tardif or whatever.
Dave Vernouf
Yeah.
Tardif, yeah.
Yeah.
He's really good. And major respect to
He is.
him. I'm surprised he wasn't their nominee for the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, taking the year off to help fight the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah.
Major respect to him as a
Same.
player and a person. He should have been their nominee, and he probably should have won it if he was. But anyways, carrying on.
The Raiders with 8.
I want to say under. And
I was thinking under too. Like Bryce said 8, I'll go under.
I'll go
probably
under.
get 6.
I'll go under.
I'm gonna say under, but like just under. Like I don't think they're.
No.
I think they're a 7-6 win team.
yeah,
That team sucks. That team sucks.
their defense has major
That
holes.
O-line got worse. That O-line
O-line
got
did
worse.
get
And
worse.
that D-line is bad. And that defense didn't get much better other than got.
And they hired Gus Bradley as
Yeah.
their defensive coordinator. Gus Bradley was
The
a
Bl-
Chargers defensive coordinator, so the Chiefs know how to attack his cover 3. The Broncos were literally playing against it last year too, so they haven't done anything new.
Yeah.
But not all, some players thrive in a new system. Remember that.
Yeah, but it's the
Mhm.
same cover 3 system,
It is just
Like-
true. Yeah.
you know. And the point I was making is, when you literally studied the same coach the year before, you know, maybe different personnel, but
Yeah.
when the scheme's the same.
He's a
Right.
wannabe Carroll. He's a wannabe
And
Carroll.
Broncos
I
with
wanna be
7.5.
I like the Broncos at 7.5. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I'm saying over.
Over.
Yeah.
They'll have the best defense in the league this year. That's my take.
That's cap.
I'll agree with Riley. I think it's pretty even. They're pretty good. So I'd say it's like they're middle of the pack.
If
So
Drew Lock can stop dancing and actually study some film, and
that's Juju. That is.
If he can
Juju.
stop with his rollerblading too, like he's a
Yeah.
good rollerblader, but he's got to stop that.
Look, we when we said put guys on skates, we didn't mean literally.
How good do you think he? How good do you think he is in Fortnite? Maybe that should be a new skill he should take
Nathan
on.
McKinnon versus Drew Lock.
Oh my
Uh,
god, man.
Oh man.
Anyways,
And
now-
lastly, we have the Chargers with 9 wins.
over. Oh,
Oh god.
Whoops. Got excited there.
I'm gonna say over. I think they get 10, 11 wins.
Yeah,
I think it's
watch what you
I
say,
think
boy,
it-
because I will debate you.
I think
Riley's
I
ready
don't
to
know,
fight somebody.
Yeah, I will
they're,
run through a
I think
wall.
they're an 0-17 team. I think the Chargers are an 0-17 team.
It's moved to shit so much.
So under. The Chargers are possibly the worst team ever assembled. Herbert can't throw more than 5 yards, which is a problem.
He robbed Justin Jefferson.
He did. Herbert is gonna get bad karma for robbing Justin Jefferson of Rookie of the Year.
Are you
Riley
crying?
is shutting down. He is completely shutting down. After
They're going.
that.
No,
They're
I don't
going
know how to
on
respond to
17.
this. Okay, first off, I know Zach doesn't truly think that. I know that's cap. And James, second of all, I also recall you saying you like Justin Herbert too.
I do like Justin Herbert. That's why I took,
There
him
we
in,
go, you heard it on
I
the
took him
pod.
in the Dynasty League way too early.
Yeah, you did.
Also,
I took Tyler.
kind of make me mad, and it kind of worked. So look, I think the Chargers are over for a few reasons, and not even because I'm trying to avoid my bias sounding. Like, we're in a system that allows our players to play to their strengths. Like, Kenneth Murray isn't a coverage linebacker. He was used as a coverage linebacker in Gus's system. We have Drew Tranquil for coverage and Kaiser White.
Mhm.
We have players that can attack and fit our system so well. And Herbert's growth he's showing is just really well from camp. You know, he led up the 49ers defense. We finally have a healthy Derwin James, which,
Mhm.
knock on wood, he stays healthy.
Hopefully.
Because Derwin James was picked off George Kittle, was locking up George Kittle and intercepted a pass for 6. And was going against Keenan Allen, George Kittle, one-on-ones, and actually kind of holding his own.
Yeah.
And also, Mike Davis Michael Davis, not to get confused with the Falcons running back, is
Traitor.
a breakout.
Traitor.
Yeah.
Stud.
And is a breakout candidate for our start. Is like, he's going to be a great cornerback. And because he's gone stride for stride with Tyreek, he's gone against some of our best receivers in their division and has done really well against them. Like Stephon Diggs, when he went against Davis, only had, I want to say, like, again, fact check me if Diggs had a pretty poor game when he went against Davis. I don't know the full stat line, so I'm not going to quote it, but I know he suffered for it. Diggs suffered when he went against Davis.
Right.
And we've, like I said, our O-line's improved. But anyways, I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm sorry if I did, but you do have that potential.
We're going to move on to our last division for over under. Then we're going to move on to our last segment of the day, and then we're going to call it.
Yep.
Anyway, NFC South, the Falcons with 7 wins.
To quote the big cat on TikTok, fuck the Falcons.
Yes. I say under, like that. Like the Falcons' offense might be great, but that Falcons' defense, you're gonna have to score 40 points a game.
Yeah.
I love Arthur Smith. He's a great. He's an offensive mastermind. But that team just isn't good enough to be better than, or even be 7 wins.
It isn't good anymore to the point where it was. So
and they also took Kyle Pitts when tight end is probably, other than maybe cornerback, is the hardest position to learn.
Yeah. I really wanted Kyle Pitts going into the draft. I was really hoping he fell, but it is what it is. Jason Warren locked up Pitts in college, so it's all good.
Anyways, I agree with that take. I think under. I think the Falcons are a team that's picking top 3 this year.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about that. They're gonna pick early. I don't think
they're top 3 pick bad, but I think they're like they're top 10 pick bad.
Mm-hmm.
Top 3 or top 5. That's
So we're all going under for that.
Yeah.
Saints 10 wins.
I say under.
I'm gonna say under.
Just under. I think they'll be 9 or 8 or 9. They'll be close, but they won't get there.
Well,
also trying not to sound biased, but I honestly, if the Saints left the NFL, I would not care. I hate the freaking Saints. So like, I'll try and sound as
well. Then you would care. You'd probably be happy. You'd probably be happy.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm very happy with under 10 wins.
For all the Saints fans listening, I'm going to explain some reasoning.
Saints fans listening, you're not loved.
You're not loved.
Well, I'm just going to give a brief explanation.
I don't want to sign your petition.
Latavius Murray isn't good. Calm down.
Anymore. Lattimore may be suspended because he had some off-field issues, right? If I'm correct.
Michael Thomas is the ugliest receiver in the NFL.
He looks like Squidward's house.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's cool.
If Drew Brees gone, I hate you now. I can't. There's no good quality anymore.
What is he? Oh God, what does he look like? What? Not now. That guy asked me what is. Never mind. Just continue on. We're not gonna talk about how Michael Thomas is a slant nose.
One thing is that we both hate the Saints. Like I can't stand new ones. You guys know this. You've seen my clips in chat.
Yep.
I haven't, but I know where you're coming from.
Yeah. I also hate
when
they
Saints.
launched the Vikings. I was yelling "Blue Dad" at the TV.
Oh my God.
Okay, story time.
So Saints, I think the Saints get 8 to 9 wins. I could see that.
Yeah,
they're not getting.
That's how I feel too. I think they're a decent team, but they're not good enough.
The defense is still pretty good. The offense, Jameis Winston at quarterback is always a question mark.
Or Taysom Hill.
I believe in him. I don't. In a Sean Payton system where he's just gonna dump it off to Kamara the whole game. I think we can do well in that system.
He's also no longer blind. He did get his eyes fixed.
Check down to Kamara. I can see it.
Hey, if Kamara's fantasy value going up.
Both of my leagues, so I'm all for it. Go ahead.
Buccaneers with 12 wins.
Well, yeah.
Try and sound unbiased, but yes, up.
As you're wearing a Bucs jersey.
I will go over. I'll go over. I think they get 13 to 14 wins. I'll go over.
Yeah.
You don't see this.
They're over. They are the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
There's just no way around it.
I'll say NFC. They're the best team in the NFC.
No, NFL. They're better.
I'll say they're the most complete team in the NFL right now. I'm gonna say
Like I can't find a weakness on that team, and we can be bold. We can say, "Oh, they're gonna lose to the Rams." I can say that, but that's not gonna happen.
And where'd they go? Hang on. And Panthers with 8. I'm gonna say even.
I'd say even.
I like that. 8.
Yeah,
like 8.
I'll go under, but like don't hate me, James, but like just under. Maybe like
Yeah,
6.
I
is
still
where
think the
draw it.
Panthers are a year away from competing.
I had you guys starting like 5-0 when I did it. I remember that.
like
And that your first half of the season schedule is so easy.
it is. I think with that last half schedule is going to kill us.
Mm-hmm.
They has in the first half. Not gonna lie.
That's what's gonna happen. James is gonna be so biased. He's gonna be like, "I told you, Chid's the best player of all time," and then
then I'm gonna be disappointed, like I always am, because the Panthers always start good, and then they ruin my dreams. Well, Joey Sly ruins my dreams.
Don't blame Joey Sly for everything. You're always blaming.
I do blame Joey Sly a lot because they always have him kicking from like 60 yards plus, and I always blame him for missing the kick.
I know.
You almost broke an
Anyways.
NFL record. Screw you. You almost broke an NFL record.
I put too much blame on Sly, I know, but like, but he has missed from like 20 and 30. That's when I get really mad.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna
Jason Myers.
We're gonna move on to our last segment of the day. This is our fantasy segment.
There was gonna say fantasy football.
And today's question is: who are 2 players you guys would not draft in your top 3, and who are ready to go in your top 3?
Zach, you go first.
Rounds?
Yeah, who's like a top guy who you would not draft?
All right.
So for like first 3 rounds in ADP, oh man, there were a lot of good guys. Mixon, he scarred me.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I wouldn't pick Mixon.
He's hurt me too many times.
Yep.
I can't
I had
keep
him last
forgiving
year.
him. I had him last year too in the league that me, James, and Riley were in, and I was like, yes, I have Eckler and Mixon. I'm gonna win this league. And they both got injured, and I was sad.
That Eckler injury pained me. I was rewatching the game he got injured, and it just
yeah. So it's Mixon. I feel like AJ Brown is going too high right now. He's a great player, but he's going a bit too high for my liking. Because Julio's in the offense now, and it's going to be harder. And Nick Chubb, as long as Hunt, I think he's arguably the best pure rusher in the league. But as long as Hunt's in that backfield, it's really hard to really have a high ceiling. And where he's going, it's first round, where you need a constant workhorse, and you can get some there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about you, Brayden?
I was going Mixon, and I was also going with James Robinson. I think he's going to be a bit inconsistent this year, especially with the new offense of Trevor Lawrence too, especially. I'd say that James Robinson's a guy that you should probably avoid because he won't get the touches that he did last year. And yes, he did well last year, but that shouldn't always be, an automatic alarm that you should draft him because he did well last year. But he won't get as many touches this year, and that won't be enough for you to win a league.
So I was gonna say, like, I agree with the Mixon one. That's just kind of universal. But I was also gonna say DJ Chark.
Yep, that's
Chark's a good one.
He's just also kind of inconsistent. I think so. He's also just really inconsistent.
Didn't Urban Meyer call him fat or something?
I think he might have. Now, who are you guys' fantasy sleepers?
I'm still here.
James? Okay, sorry, my bad. Well, you're just silent. You didn't
Leblock
agree with anybody. You weren't like.
Get out of here. It's not
I would not draft Saquon Barkley. I don't trust him injury. He's still going to be injured beginning of the year as well. So
I drafted him twice in a row.
Yeah, I would avoid Saquon Barkley. Like in last night's draft, I avoided Saquon Barkley completely. I did draft Nick Chubb, which might not have been the smart idea, but I did.
So we tell him not to draft Nick Chubb after he drafts Nick Chubb.
I just think Nick Chubb gets the majority of the carries. Yeah, Kareem Hunt gets those third down and those like red zone carries, but when he goes for big runs, it's going to be worth it. Another guy I would not draft, and I'm going to go quarterback here, would be Lamar Jackson. If you're in a PPR league, I would not draft Lamar Jackson.
No.
Solid.
All right.
And yeah, and I would avoid Zach Ertz because
he's so washed. He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's done.
Oh, he's done.
His
He's
contract.
done. He's not the same player anymore.
Yeah, like
No.
I dreaded Zach Ertz last year, but yes, I got a steal in Zach Ertz, and then he just like what the fuck is this?
See,
I know.
that's how it was when I picked Dallas Goedert last year. I'm like, I got a steal.
Yeah.
And it turned out I did get a steal.
Didn't Zach Ertz like average like 4 points a week?
Yeah,
It was some
injured too.
brutal number like that.
No,
Like
yeah,
I
but he
also
only-
drafted Zach Ertz. It was some brutal number.
he only averaged that after I traded for him in my paid league. Like he was getting 14 points consistently, and then I traded for him, and he was like, "Oh, I'm not good anymore." And then I was like, "Okay."
You know you were in trouble when I had to resort to Kyle Rudolph as my starting tight end last year. That was bad because he
Irv
wasn't
Smith
any
Jr.
better.
You should have gone with Irv Smith.
He
Alright,
was
yeah,
not
I was-
any better.
All right, now
I was
we're
gonna
gonna
say,
and then the next
Ertz.
one's gonna be we're gonna end it off here with steals. Who would you take as your steals?
I was gonna say Irv Smith Jr.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
now that Rudolph's gone, he's got potential, and him and Kirk, like, they got a connection. And when you've got Thielen and Jefferson and Cook, like, it opens up the tight end, especially when someone's kind of like Irv Smith is under the radar. I think he's a sleeper, and I think if you can get him late, draft him. He's going to turn heads, because also that linebacking core in that division, that NFC North, isn't really that good. So I pick Irv Smith Jr. late. That's my steal. What about you, Zach?
Okay. So I have two here. Okay. And
Okay.
this guy is a my guy. He's not even that late. He just presents really good value. I like CeeDee Lamb a lot. I think he could take the step up, and he could be the wide receiver one for that team. And if you're the wide receiver one on a team that only passes, then you're gonna get a lot of points. And the other one is Tyler Higbee.
Yeah,
He-
I agree with that. Yeah,
He was
Yeah.
he was really good.
because Everett's gone now, right?
Yeah, when Everett was injured in 2019, right?
Yeah.
I think he had like 500 yards over the last 5 games and 3 touchdowns or something. It was something ridiculous. He was the tight end 1 in that span. And now Everett's gone again. And they have a better quarterback. And they're going to run the ball. SB Akers is injured. So it just makes a whole lot of sense for Higbee to have a lot of value. And he's being taken like in the 14th round or like 10th round. He's being taken extremely late. And he has top 6, top 5 upside.
All right. And what were you, Brayden?
I was gonna say Irv Smith Jr. I have him in both of my pools, and I think that he's my backup for right now. But I think he could push like Noah Fant out of my starter position, or like Hawkinson if he really does that well.
Yeah.
I don't think he can put Hawkinson out, but maybe Noah Fant. But so I definitely agree on that one. But I would say my next one, resorting to a quarterback. If you want a late round quarterback that's probably still there, I'd go Daniel Jones. I think he'll play well this season. I honestly think he's gonna break out. And there's been a ton of people that also agree with me. So I'll say Daniel Jones just for like point percentage. And he's gonna throw the ball a lot more. So maybe that's just me, but
Brayden's
I'd say
ending the
Daniel
pod
Jones.
with some spicy
I know.
takes.
Jones is boom or bust because he
I
now
do
has
not.
he has all his weapons back. So if he doesn't perform, I can see the Giants going back to another QB in the draft.
I won't lie. I despise Daniel Jones with all of my heart. I don't like him as a quarterback.
Right,
He's not
and
good.
My sleeper this year, honestly, is Michael Pittman Jr. He's gonna get a lot of
He's the X.
That's
Yeah,
a
he's
great
gonna-
He's
pick.
the X. He's the X.
yes,
this
he's
year.
gonna get a lot of like before he went down last year, he looked amazing. And I think he's going to get a lot of attention this year from Wentz and I think what's his name, Ellinger.
Ellinger.
Yeah. Because I don't know if Wentz is starting yet. Week 1.
If he isn't, that's great for my Seahawks. We play them week 1.
There you go.
Yeah, so I think Pittman's going to get a lot of attention, and I think he's going to be a 1,000-yard receiver.
I agree with that take. Okay. Well, I got no other sleepers. I just want to say thank you all. Thank you, Brayden.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zach, for coming
Thanks
on
for
the
having me.
pod.
Yeah, we're gonna let our guests plug anything they want to plug. I don't think Zach has anything to plug, but if you want to
No,
plug,
I
you
don't.
can.
I don't have anything, man. I don't.
Well, if you're bored for another half an hour, you can go and check out my podcast. It's on YouTube and Apple Podcasts. It's called the Underrated Podcast. I'm with a couple It's more based on hockey. So, if you're a hockey fan listening and you want to, know more about hockey and know different influencers and different hockey players, head over to mine. And then that's pretty much it. Also TikTok account, but James already plugged it in the beginning. So I don't really need to, I don't need to plug it anymore.
Once again, if I'm Leblock James, but you should know that by now. So
what's your name again? I'm sorry.
Leblock James,
Okay.
sir.
I need to write it down.
Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch you on the next episode of the Leblockcast.
Where's my outro? Like,
Okay,
what am
you don't get anything to plug. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my restaurant review page, man. If you want a good food review page,
if you want
Riley's restaurant reviews on Instagram. There you go. And
dumplings,
like I said,
fire. Love the dumplings. Absolutely fire.
If you're hungry and want to feel more hungry, go check out Riley's restaurant review page.
There you go. And like I said, just thank you both. Blueberry barbecue wings are fire. Anyways, that's
I'm not getting into that. Anyway, we out.
Thank you guys.